In this week's Purchase or Pass, we analyse a potential property and talk about the pros and cons before making judgment on whether it would make a good investment. Now this week we've got a 2-bed, 1-bath unit in a small block of 9 directly opposite the beach. All you've got to do is cross the street. Now the unit is a lock-up garage and there's an opportunity to park a second car on the driveway in front, although this is not officially on title. The unit is on the first floor of the 3-storey walk-up and gets $650 a week rent. Now the major grey area from an investment perspective is that it's company title, although there has been some discussions to have it changed to strata title. So John, I guess the first thing to try and identify is what is company title? Most people just think of strata title, but there's still quite a few company title properties out there, isn't there?
If you have an interest in a unit that is strata title, you have got an interest in your own unit and you can do pretty much whatever you like to it within the rules of the body corporate that governs the block of units of which your unit is in. However, if you have a company title, you own a share in a company which owns, if you like, the building or the block of units. So the consequence of that is that you don't have any great say about what you can do with your unit at all. In fact, you are at the behest of the majority of the board of directors that govern that particular company title. So that might mean that, for example, they don't like the tenant that you're about to put in your unit, or they might say, well, you can't have tenants in the units at all. So there are some negative issues with respect to it. However, if you can buy a company title block of units and buy the whole lot and then convert it to strata title, you're going to make some serious money.
And that's the thing, is it could easily change it by, say, 10% or maybe even 20% if you're lucky.
Oh, it's probably more likely that the 10 to the 20% than the 10% to the 0.
Yep. Now, I guess one of the main issues is with the company title properties, because generally it was an old way of doing things, it's typically the really old owners that are 60 or 70 that are actually on the board of directors. So for new youngsters coming in, quite often they don't like the youngsters, they don't like renters, and so they're the kind of people that are going to blockade you and there's nothing you can do.
But strategically, what you might like to do is to actually find a company title which is predominantly owned by these older people. And live in it as long as you can see that probably you don't have a life expectancy less than theirs.
Them all to die.
Because
Exactly.
if you can actually progressively pick them all up, then you will make quite a lot of money out of the process of renovation and rejuvenation and the conversion to strata title. And these old blocks are usually very good for conversion.
Yeah, and specifically this block, they've actually been talking, because you can do a strata check or a company title check, and there's actually discussions about converting it. Obviously, there's no guarantee, but as long as you can afford to hold on, you can get the bank finance, which may only be 70%,
That's right,
rather than the other 80 or 90. So if you've got some extra cash you can hold on, maybe it's a great opportunity.
Yes, now you are making a good point there. The bank financing of these blocks of units is more difficult than what it is if it wasn't company title. So yeah, there are some things.
Now the other question, obviously it's something right opposite the beach. There's some fantastic views that we've seen on the screen. How would you analyse getting something 55 square metres, which is pretty small, but right opposite the ocean, versus maybe going a block back with no view, but maybe having something 70 square metres?
Well, the view is worth more than going a block back, let me put it that way. And the smaller floor area I don't think is particularly relevant in all of this, because at the end of the day, the people who are going to rent this out and pay you a really decent rent, they're interested in the water and the beach. They're not interested in staying at home and reading a book.
Exactly. So purchase or pass for you?
I purchase.
Okay. Now this unit isn't for everyone, as company title can be restrictive. However, if you've got a long-term focus, have the ability to put down more money as a deposit, then I think this could be a cracking property with never to be built out views. I love unique properties such as this, and if they convert to strata title, it'll be even greater. So I'm definitely going for a purchase as well.